Why don't you just tell us your name, introduce yourself, and what kind of business you got, man?
My name's Robert Loomis. I run a contracting business that puts in recycling equipment for printing and packaging factories. So balers, concentrators, cyclones, separators. Basically, we are green.
When did you get started and how long you been doing it for?
I've been doing this since I was in college. So since probably 15 years. And then I've been doing it on my own since 2018.
Okay, so you had the journey where you started at a company that was doing it and then you started it yourself?
And that company was a little bit hillbilly. It was out of Tennessee, so not the Tennessee, but it was a small company. The guy was a very interesting character that I worked for. He never paid his bills on time, so ended up on my own. Out of survival.
Why don't you just describe to me, like, okay, so you started your business. I know that when people start doing their own accounting or finding an account, at what point did you bump into, or, what was your journey with financial stuff? And then Devin.
I'm actually a finance major, which is kind of funny. So I thought I could handle my own taxes for a very, very, very long time. Too long. And then it ended up costing me a lot of money to fix everything. I found Darian Wiggs first, and then Darian put me onto Devin because my situation is a little too complicated for a normal... he's not a normal accountant, but he's like a real estate accountant, right? Just so Devin's he's better at more complicated taxes. That's basically how I got hooked up, is by doing my own taxes for long enough, basically fix all the things that I thought I could handle.
And what's been the impact? Like what's the before and after type of deal?
Stress off. Like I don't have to worry about that. We talk maybe once every couple months and it's easy. I look at QuickBooks and it's not, my balances aren't all messed up, which some people, I don't know how many people are like this, but I cannot stand when balances are not lining up. It drives me crazy. I couldn't fix it because I didn't know how to. I didn't have the time to learn how to do that. So since I hooked up with Devin, we're actually almost double the size as we were. I couldn't handle it then. So imagine now. It would be even worse. I can barely handle what I have.
So he's been able to support you, clean everything up, and support you throughout a doubling. Exactly. That's a big deal.
A lot of business owners, they make money, but they complain about the tax aspect. And I mean, I come from business owners. My dad owned a tree service. Both my brothers owned tree services. And my dad always complained about, we were growing up, he never could buy anything, right? Because he never paid his taxes correctly. He always wrote everything off. He never depreciated things. So like also just the tax planning aspect of how to write stuff off without killing your ratios. So also being able to borrow and have borrowing power to do more stuff, which is helpful if you have somebody that knows certain things about that, right?
So if you were to summarize what Devin's doing for you then, just from a 10,000 foot view, what's all he doing for you and what have you appreciated?
Professionalizing my business, taking that off my back, and then also just the tax planning and teaching me stuff that I thought I knew a lot of things. I just couldn't put them in practice, right? So he's reassured me on some of the stuff I know, and then he's taught me things that I didn't know.
When it came to tax planning, have you guys been able to identify some big shining spots, whether it's S-Corp or asset planning or depreciation or hiring your kids, or what type of stuff have you learned?
I kind of knew about the kid thing, so we did hire him. And then also the depreciation, he's helped me out on the depreciation a lot. And for tax planning purposes, just the 401k stuff, the IRA stuff, I don't really like... Devin knows I really don't like those kinds of write-offs because they're not permanent. I'd rather have permanent write-offs. He's helped me with a lot of that stuff. And also just being ahead. Just paying ahead. Having somebody to hold you accountable, I guess, for making sure that you don't have a huge tax bill at the end of the year. Although we made too much money this year and I have a huge tax bill.
That'll happen. That'll happen. There's only so much you can do short of the sneaky stuff. Well, I don't know if you want to give a little, actually address anybody that's watching this, a little endorsement to Devin. That'd be super valuable. But
Devin's great. I like the guy a lot. He's young. He wants to, I know he's trying to build something decent here. Even if it's just text, he writes right back. He's very thorough. He's a straight accountant, so doesn't let you cheat, but you know what I mean? He's a very good accountant.